Greetings once more. Have you enjoyed this part of the tale? An interesting bit of intrigue. A little skill set outside of our pirates' normal abilities. Faking someone's death. But a little bit of luck and some good planning. And it seems as though things have gone according to plan. There's only a bit of cleanup left. But after this, where to go? Well, the jaws of Dagon are calling. A former first mate of an enemy. One that might just have the information our pirates need to turn the tides on Harrigan. So, sit down. Come, grab a drink. Enjoy any tale. It's time to continue our adventures. Time to continue the story. Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday evening. Of course, joining me are my wonderful crew of pirates once again. Sel is off again. I think last week was traveling or sick. Still sick then. Yeah. So, still sick then. Everybody please send well wishes to Sel, because honestly, after 2 weeks of feeling... Yeah. So, please feel better, man. Hope you do. Anyway. So yes, we missed last week. Our pirates had a great plan of arranging deaths. So, killed a devil. Had two women seemingly fake their deaths by looking like they fell into some water. And got a crazy man very drunk and beat him up. And then, then he returned from Gorebeard to Vomitbeard. So, I mean, that happened. You are not unmuted on stream. I have just undone it. I had not done it. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really difficult to tell when there's the Discord audio as well.
I understand. Yeah. I had forgotten to hit that button, so thank you. That's on me that time, at least. But at least we caught it before.
Nothing important was said yet.
No, we hadn't got very far into it.
No, just Vomitbeard.
Just Vomitbeard.
Just a dude who puked everywhere.
Yeah. So, that's where we left off. You have captured Mr. Gorebeard Trench. And Nightshade and Aswana are in a boat below the building now. Seemingly ready to ship off to your ship.
Yep.
Are you? What's your plan? This is where we just left off right here, kind of.
I went and got the evidence, or was going to go get the evidence because they told me where it was.
Yes. There's evidence of their connections to the Chelish Royal House, and the fact that they're not here to spy necessarily, but to spread misinformation.
Okay.
So,
well, I think
effectively, it's information that will clear Aranox of any suspicions on being
I think
under
the sensible
Chelish.
thing is we just take this guy.
Right. Question is Aranox coming back to here, or
No, we're meant to go meet him at his manor.
Okay. Well, no. What I meant was, is he actually back in port, or because we met
He's
him
here.
somewhere else?
He
That's why I
left
was
before
saying.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He basically met.
I
with
just
you,
wanted
and
to
it was
make
like,
sure that we didn't have to travel
Do we
somewhere.
want to take the devil corpse as well?
Because he basically said, "I'm going to head back home. Can you take care of this secretly? You were traveling separately from him. He probably arrived like a day or two ahead of you, kind of thing."
I would say we could probably leave the devil corpse here and just notify the authorities.
Yeah.
He could have them pick it up, since it's not an easy thing to carry with all the spikes.
Yeah, I mean, that would be... Yaalkol's very familiar with the spiky bits, so I think it would be Yaalkol's job to carry that one.
I think we could just leave it here and
Cool.
have him...
You can re-impale it into the spots that
Yeah,
it was.
You can just push him back into your wounds and carry him that way. I will not do that.
Shink! Ah! All right, I got him.
I mean, my hand got pretty diced up from hitting it.
Can I take my my trident and just stick him and like carry him overhead?
I mean,
Or we could
pretty
just
heavy.
leave
He
him.
is
I
probably
think,
the size of you.
I think we could just leave him and let Aranox send the guards to collect it.
Yeah. But definitely want to take this guy. We won't do anything to this guy because he's an asshole.
I mean, do we absolutely need the demon?
No, I mean not really.
I mean, we could cut the demon's head off if you want to take that.
Yeah,
that makes more sense than taking the whole body.
Wait, and it's not like dissipating?
No,
No.
it's just here. It's just staying.
It's planar bound.
it was used a more powerful, more permanent magic, so it physically actually came here.
Instead of being summoned, it was brought here and bound.
Yeah. So, yes, summoning's a little different because it only temporarily spiritually takes things there, and when the thing is killed or the magic is dispelled, it returns back to its plane. But any kind of planar binding or summoning is actually physically bringing the creature.
Also dispelled him. I forgot about that.
Like I said, if we want to try to cut its head off carefully, we can do that and take it, or we could just have him send some guards and get it.
Up to you. I feel like maybe you don't need it, and Aranox might not appreciate us bringing a severed head.
Yeah, so we could just let him know and have him let his guards deal with it however he
blood
wants.
is quite difficult to get on carpeting.
Devil blood especially?
Yeah, devil blood probably extra difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we could just leave it here and let him...
Yeah, so I guess we'll carry the evidence. I'll take the evidence. I'm not carrying the man who's covered in sick and blood.
Well, he's chained by fetters and shackles.
He's
so...
also unconscious.
Yeah. We could just drag... Someone could just drag him.
And we could.
Like, do we need it? He's a prisoner. Like,
He is our prisoner. We need him.
And I thought the plan was to let him run away and go tell his spot.
The plan was we saved the two ladies, and we capture him to be publicly executed. That'll probably make its way back to Chelix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we want one alive to actually execute.
Yeah.
Well, so if you guys, I don't know what spells I used last session, sorry, but if you guys want, just haste, awesome.
Mostly haste.
I can teleport us to, I can't pronounce it.
We've never been to his master,
Aranox?
so you aren't familiar with it. So there is inherent risk.
Is there a close area? Because where did we meet him last? On his vessel, right?
On his ship. I doubt he's on his ship. I doubt his ship is anywhere near his manor.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I'm sure we could get a cart or something.
Let's just I've run a D&D game with the perfect scenario. Let's just find a bag and stuff this man inside of it. And we'll just carry him that way so no one gets suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because carrying an unconscious dude in shackles, that's going to draw attention. Carrying a bag, that's
a man-sized bag.
A man-sized bag. Look, well, this place doesn't have any man-sized carpets, does it, Tantus? No. So we can't roll them up with the carpets.
If you give me a bunch of fabric, I can fabricate one.
So I will tell you, the way that Hell Harbor is built, there are three main fortresses. Because there's the two fortresses at either end of the controlled bay. That's what makes it very defendable. Either side of the bay are these fortresses which overlook the entrance to the bay. They're very difficult to scale. They're big up on big cliffs and stuff. Weapons drawn. Again, Hell Harbor, very defendable position.
It's a bastion.
It is a bastion. And then there's a third fortress that's away from the shoreline, kind of towards the center of the back center of the town, which is where Aranox goes from. But it's also his manor is at the center of a fortress. He does act kind of as an admiral / general in that way, positioning in front of that. It's a little bit of that, though he's he's laxed up. Still, some of that Chelix discipline is there, definitely. And he's made Hell Harbor a very defendable position. Just the natural island also is a really good one for... It's harder to take land routes this place, too. But in case there was a land invasion, his fortress is positioned as best to defend the town from land. Again, another reason that the third one is farther back and towards kind of blocking that raid. So...
yeah, we want to,
It's a little bit of ways. You'd have to cross town.
Do we want to just transport a man? Or do we want to, put him in something?
Well, how I'm not a doctor, but will he wake up soon if that cool slaps him around, or is he just?
How long does it take to wake up in Pathfinder? I don't actually.
So, I'm going to assume he's at. You were doing some damage that drawed him to unconscious. You were doing basically non-lethal damage.
Yes, we are non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage heals pretty slowly.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's probably out for at least a few hours.
Well, so we probably wouldn't want to wake him up anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is we could... I mean, we're here on behalf of Aeronox. We could talk to the guards and ask them if they could help us transport him to there.
Could do that.
Honestly, it's not bad.
That's a good idea.
Then, we have other people also if he does wake up and attack.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea. We could flag down some guards. But more people would know, well...
Alternatively...
How secret do we want to keep this? Is, I guess, the question.
It's going to be a public execution. I don't think alerting the guards is going to be a problem.
Well, the thing is, it's a lot of narrative you're going to have to think about, too.
Yes.
That's why it's sort of when the public execution happens, it's the perfect time for here's a bunch of evidence that I can present, about what was going on, proves my innocence, proves, Chelix is trying to influence here. Here's the guy in front of it, or behind it. And honestly, he might not actually execute the man.
Yeah.
You don't know. He might torment him. He might just have him in the dungeon, He might, honestly, do, hang him up or something for a while and see if he lives, kind of thing,
Yeah.
Could just be torture.
There's a lot of different punishments, and honestly...
Shave his beard off.
Hell's Harbor, probably the punishments are pretty brutal, honestly.
Shave his beard.
You are in a town that has a neutral evil alignment. The punishments are going to be brutal. Even if they aren't executions.
It's up to you guys. Like I said, that's why I'm saying we could alert someone and have help bringing him there, or
yeah, cool. Just carry him. He's pretty.
Well, I don't know if we want to be seen just carrying a man through town. That might just draw extra attention.
Okay, I can possess his body.
Okay. That's fucked up, but sure.
That would make things simpler, I guess.
And then he's walking himself down the hall, the city, for 11 hours. I can give it back. I don't want his body. It's covered in vomit.
He is covered in vomit and blood.
God, it's the worst. But at least for the next 20 minutes, I can traps around in that weird meat. I don't just have to carry my ass, which probably isn't the best.
You also still have to carry your body.
Carry you, which is weird.
Or you just say that he passed out. Anybody asks, this guy passed out, vomited himself, and then fell down the stairs. We gotta carry him somewhere safe.
I mean, you've got the guy chained up, so if
you're in chains.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
why did you chain him?
Yeah, why did we chain him? I don't know.
He's a violent drunk who, when he gets drunk, he likes to fight people. And then
if you just want to get guards, that's, I think, the quickest, easiest way to do it.
Okay.
I'm in favor of stuff.
I'm gonna have the Conquerors here. I'm gonna have them say something because I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
Perhaps a wheelbarrow.
I said that earlier. I said we could get a cart.
Conquerors stealing your joke.
A cart requires horses. A wheelbarrow only requires a Yaalkol.
True. We stuff them in a bag and put them in the wheelbarrow.
We put him in the wheelbarrow, covered him in.
You'll have to get a wheelbarrow though, and a bag.
Well, there's probably plenty of bags in this building. Let's be real. There's a construction site here.
There's a bunch of curtains too.
Also,
we're not.
A barrel also works. barrels are pretty big. Dwarfs are not very big.
He's not a dwarf. He looks kind of like a dwarf.
Girl.
His stuff, he does look very dwarfish. Was he human?
He's human.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
I kept forgetting that too. It took
so
me
much like a dwarf.
He really does.
But yeah.
Maybe he
I
really
think the
likes
wheelbarrow-
dwarfs, and that's why like he likes.
He's a dwarf.
Maybe there is a dwarf on his mother's side or something. Who knows?
He is just a human dude, though.
I can always shrink him down to a smaller person.
He's
You
part
could
dwarf.
shrink him, yeah. Yeah, I think like wheelbarrowing him is hilarious, but
Okay.
it
How
requires
are
a
we
lot
playing
of
Wilbur?
steps. I mean, as soon as you just buy one.
Also,
I said
but
we-
isn't it later at night?
Oh,
I
wait,
mean,
it's
I
the
don't
middle
know
of the
what's
night.
going to be.
There's no
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
What's going to be open to buy a wheelbarrow?
it's true.
Is there one nearby?
Let's just like carry him back.
There's a construction zone, right? It could be a wheelbarrow.
I don't think there's gonna be a wheelbarrow here.
The construction
haven't
is
been-
currently not going, so there's no
Yeah.
wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
Let's just carry him back. I mean, let's
If
put a
we get
tarp over
stopped-
him.
Well, if we get stopped by the guards, we just tell them, hey, you know, this guy attacked us. We're taking him to Aranox. You know.
I think we'll just take this man in that way.
Okay,
So you're gonna be carrying a man covered in vomit.
I'm just gonna.
I was thinking of a dog too.
Why?
I don't know. It's less
Just
sketchy
carry-
carrying a dog around than a dead unconscious person.
A dog in manacles.
Fucking manacles.
He's a naughty dog.
The
He knew
manacles,
what he did.
the manacles wouldn't resize, so they would just fall off.
He's been a very bad boy.
He's going down to the pound this time.
The manacles would just fall off. We didn't buy magical ones.
We didn't buy dog manacles. Yeah, we didn't
Anything
think
he's
that
wearing
far
is
ahead.
emergency room, right?
He got 7 years. That's a life sentence.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
We didn't buy dog manacles.
Like
we
dog
didn't
size
think that far
manacles.
ahead.
Plan's ruined now. We didn't think ahead that far. Damn.
Nobody expects dog manacles.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
Oh.
But don't they?
Bro, seriously, don't they?
We could also just cast invisibility on him.
You know what?
Carry
I like
him
that. I'll do that.
way.
That seems simpler. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Someone will
This is
just
the
be
easy
walking
way
down
out.
the street looking like they're carrying something really heavy that's invisible.
He's just my.
Yeah, Yaalkol will do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yaalkol might look a little drunk if
Just
anybody
doing
sees.
this.
Yaalkol always looks drunk.
I just look like I'm doing like half a YMCA and feeling enthusiastically.
He's got the one arm up like this all the time.
You are wearing an outrageous hat, so it makes sense.
I look ridiculous.
You look awful, but yeah.
Oh.
There you go. If we cast invisibility and we get this guy over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
You just asked Aaron.
We're spending too much time on getting him there.
No, it's hilarious and I'm okay with it.
It was
Part of the fun.
very fun.
Alright, you will, honestly, with him invisible, quickly be able to make your way through town. 10 minutes through town, plenty of time to cross through the town, especially at this time of night. There aren't a lot of people around. There are people around. It's a city. So you're going to have people busy. There's, like, guards on patrol. There's a couple that'll scratch their head at Yaalkol's weird, whatever the hell he's doing, but no one's actually going to, like, say anything to him.
They're probably like, someone's drunk.
I just keep walking with purpose. I don't.
look like you
address
belong.
it.
But you're drunk with people, so that means probably they're looking after you and they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But you will make it to the fortress. The gates are closed.
What now?
We could just call for a gate guard.
Yeah.
They
I
have
mean,
it.
we
there a
are
door?
expected.
Because usually big gates have the small door.
Yes.
Or the portcullis.
This is the one with the big gate, so it has the smaller door kind of set.
Yeah, you knock on the door.
Okay. It's a bit of waiting. I will tell you, probably by the time someone arrives, your invisible man is no longer going to be invisible.
I mean, that'll get us in easier.
Yeah, can't I just send a message? It's a cantrip.
I think it's a bit far away for a message.
It's like
Ascending would work. Ascending is
like
level
a little one of those vision. Fuck, what's it called? Slide thing. Vision. Look through.
Yeah.
What's
People.
happening?
People.
Yeah.
People.
God, brain wasn't working there. People kind of slides open and like someone like kind of looks out. It's like it's very late at night. If you have any business with the guards or the pirate lord, bring it back tomorrow. Or the guards.
He's expecting this
We
one.
got a thing specifically that shows we were like working for him, right?
You do actually.
I'm gonna just flash that.
I mean, we're also in the presence of a pirate lord.
Great.
You might not recognize
Okay.
us. He also,
To a very sensitive matter, we just kind of need to drop this thing off here. I've gestured to the man.
The guy like looks back, and he seems like he seems to be whispering about something with someone.
As he whispers, I'll say, Captain Yaalkol, isn't it awesome that a fellow pirate lord will welcome you into their castle, especially if you're doing them a favor?
I'm just gonna roll
Jacob,
this
stop
d20.
talking like a weirdo.
You would know.
This guy's not
You're
good.
not socially inept enough to know. I'm just saying.
It's a 9.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
he
goes
kind of like
a
squints a
weirdo.
little bit and kind of like looks. And it's like, I'm gonna roll another dice here. They're like, do you know a dragon man pirate lord? Not really. I don't really know any of the other the pirate lords. I don't really ask. God, I don't want to deal with a guy. God damn it, they're interrupting our game. Is anybody else up? I don't know. Should we like the lord? He's gonna be pissed off.
You won't be pissed off on this.
What? Hey, hey! Back away from the door. Just wait.
I stand at the door and stare at him right in his eyes.
Ah!
Oh, you're helping our
I give a very chillaxian stare.
And, not really good at the whole diplomacy thing, but this seems to be
I'm gonna try diplomacy. Look, the Lord will be very pleased about this, and you might even get a bonus
Do we
for
have
helping
to-
us out.
You just need to drop this guy off, or do you need us to
We
wake
drop
the
him
Lord?
off and then come back in the morning.
yeah. If you
All
got
right.
somewhere, we'll just huck him in there, and you can talk it. We can talk.
All right. He'll it looks like he's gonna gesture, and then like the door will open and two guards will like take the unconscious man. They'll be like they're not gonna be able to like lift him, so like they're gonna kind of like like throw him down and kind of like look at him. He's like, it smells. Oh God, smells like a drunk tank covered in fish guts.
Yeah, he'll probably be out until the morning. He's pretty tanked.
That's some rope. I don't want to carry this thing.
Be as rough as you want, so I don't give a shit.
Make sure that you keep half an eye on him. He is a competent fighter when he isn't. However many in the hole he is.
Did you take his weapons or anything like that?
He had.
Oh yeah, we disarmed him, and he's.
He was a pugilist.
He's
Oh
a
yeah, he was a
pugilist.
pugilist. So
Do you want us
we
to
did
disarm
take his
him?
fist.
He did have a
Yeah, we
shield.
probably took his weapon. We probably took his equipment.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, we would have.
He had a shield, bracers, and a ring. I'll put this.
Yes, his equipment was likely taken away from him.
Okay, I'll put
Yeah.
this
We're
stuff.
not gonna leave him with stuff.
Unfortunately, we can't really disarm him because
Yeah,
we can, but it would probably kill
Yeah.
him.
there you go. That's what he had on him.
That's not bad.
Ooh, braces armed +3.
Mhm.
We can divvy this out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in the bag for now.
Has he got any weapons on him?
No.
It
But
fits, but aside from that, no.
yeah,
All
he's
right.
good with his fist though, so don't.
Keep him in the shackles.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. For a while, they discuss what to do, and eventually the one guard goes off to like get a couple others so they can actually just like carry him rather than drag him. Because honestly, they're like, they feel like they were talked about dragging him, but they're like, it's more of a hassle. They just get like 3 other dudes who look like they're disheveled, look like they were woken up probably from like a barracks nearby or something, you know. They got themselves dressed relatively quickly, but they escort the guy off, and it's like, so who? I guess in the morning we'll inform the Lord Admiral. What should we say?
Tell him that Mr. Curtov has finished his job.
Great. Great.
And we'll be back in the morning.
Mr. Curtov. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go write that down.
Have a good
I
evening.
literally just write the name down and give him a piece of paper. Here you go. Don't lose this.
Oh, thanks.
Immediately loses it.
No, actually, he would have misspelled it otherwise.
Yeah.
So now he has the correct spelling, at least. Mm-hmm.
Like, I write Misty.
You may have turned it to Misty
said.
cursive, if left to this guy's.
Alright.
It's
See ya.
still you washed up, Captain.
Yeah.
You smell terrible.
Yeah.
Allow me!
Right.
Ha-ha! You
Oh,
get
yeah,
prestidigitated, so at least you don't smell.
Yeah, you're still filthy, but
I can only do so much, but I can get rid of the smell. Lavender!
That's fine. I get to rest for tonight, and I'll scrub my scales in the morning.
Anybody else? Lavender!
I'm good, thanks.
I'll take some lavender, thanks.
Aha! Lavender!
Sure.
Lavender! Gentlemen, our captain needs to rest. But we are now smelling fresh of lavender, and are in town, and have not been drinking,
I leave.
having accomplished our missions. Jacub, Chester, perhaps this is a great night on the town for 3 swinging bachelors.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what? Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen?
Hey, Jacob. I'll pull you over to the side really quick, and I'm going to pull 50 gold out of my pocket and give it to you, and I say, get him real drunk and make sure to write down what he does, because it's always funny. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. And I clap you on the back, and then I'm back to the ship.
I'm gonna, as you leave, I'm gonna cast fly on you. You fly a little fast. Well, you know, it's Concubard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Concubard, you know, like I don't think you and I have ever hung out individually. I don't know if Chester's coming. Chester, you coming? You down? It'd be
I just want to stop by the ship to change.
Jacob's about to get his like 4th girlfriend in this game.
Acceptable.
Yo,
Oh, Jacob's gonna be
I'm
the
playing a dating sim.
with like he's gonna have the harem.
Yeah. What's gonna happen is he's gonna get Stardew Valley at the end of this.
Oh, jeez,
yeah.
guys, I don't
Yo.
get it. Yeah, all these powerful women who he's been like dating off and on throughout the game are gonna corner him. And thus is the end of Jacob.
I mean, 2 of them already know about each other.
Yeah.
Death by snoo.
Or even better, it's the good ending, and there's just like a poly relationship with all these these crazy powerful women.
The worst part is Jacob doesn't like socially understand that would be a thing, that like there could be a relationship going on. He's just like, oh, cool. Like they're friendly people.
Yeah, cool. We're hanging out.
I'm gonna tell you.
Awesome.
2 of the women you're with already, they would not be in a monogamous relationship, either of them. There's Elemental and Fae.
Yeah,
That's okay. Literally.
Very true. They like the fuck.
I mean, Elemental is a genie. The genie is not going to be a committed relationship.
Nope.
I mean, in like 60 years, I'll be dead anyway. So like,
That is true.
Exactly.
He'll be dead.
Look, at 60 years of having a good time, don't worry about it.
Jacob's like 31 right now. This, you know, he doesn't have a long.
Yeah, so you got 35 and maybe.
Yeah.
Chester's 29.
It was like, what, 18?
Oh yeah, she's gonna dump you for the new meat.
This is the worst. I look at Chester. I
Yaalkol?
mean, like,
Yaalkol's only 18, baby.
Yeah.
but you can
I only live to like 50, but
Yeah.
in dog years, you're pretty much almost done, dude.
yeah, I'm wasted, dude. That's big GG's.
Nope.
You can
I'm
always
just
be
stopping by-
Conkabar, who's 105 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wait, is he? Do gnomes live longer, or
Yes.
is he just?
Yeah.
They live a long time. Right, in Pathfinder, till they get bored and then they just die.
Yeah, then they suffer something called the... They actually do. They suffer from something called the bleaching, where they kind of turn, like... Their skin turns actual... And his hair turns
Very
actual white.
Slow and painful.
It's
death.
a very slow and painful death as they get bored with existence. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we're gonna
no.
have to have him a good time.
And it's because...
Party all the time.
It's the thing is, in Pathfinder, gnomes are actual fae that lost their immortality.
That's why gnomes party constantly, so they don't get bored.
Yeah.
Okay, so what role do I have?
I now want to play a gnome because that's it. I want to play a gnome who's just terrified of bleaching out, so he's constantly doing weird stuff. It's like, come on, guys, we gotta go out drinking tonight. No, we just went out drinking last night. No, we have to go. You don't understand.
I don't want to die.
Alright.
Oh, and that's when you just start painting the gnome white while you sleep.
Oh no!
You just skip the gnome with
Yikers.
anxiety disorder. It's just screaming. It's like, I can't stop it. I'm so entertained.
Oh god.
Anyway.
Well, enjoy your night in the town, boys.
I'm just gonna have Jacub, Chester, and Conkabar all just
Conkabar?
roll me charisma checks, followed by fortitude saves.
Oh, this will be fun.
I'm also getting my dancing outfit from the ship.
Okay.
So
I will allow you to apply your dancer's outfit bonus to
I have
this
a
charisma.
dancing outfit.
So it gives me a +2 on my perform.
Well, I'm allowing you to add this to this charisma check, so an extra
Okay,
+2.
sweet.
Yeah.
Let's see these rolls.
Let's
That's
see.
14.
That's a
Not
14. It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
You haven't struck out. That's
No, that'll be an 18.
That's
Oh
pretty
wait,
good.
I'm gonna add my daring do too, just for the hell of it. I'm gonna be extra daring tonight.
All right.
So I can add that to a check, which is, let me look at my daring do.
Okay. Then I will need fort saves from everybody. We'll see how this goes.
How many ladies is Conk? Oh no,
Conkabar.
he's
Oh, that's
not
right.
had a
Daring
good
do, I-
time.
I mean,
Add-
Well,
he
he's
got
had
he got a good charisma check.
He's had a good
So
time.
he-
He's not gonna have a good morning.
He's had a good time, not a good morning. No.
that puts it up to a 23 for the charisma check.
All right. So
And I'm going to do also
Fort-
the daring do on my fort save.
you're just gonna be like, ha ha!
18 on my fort.
I'm happy to
Ha
meet you. Ha ha!
ha!
All right, Jacub. Let's see how
I'm
well you
busting
do.
out the moves tonight.
I imagine like you're like also somehow for some reason swinging from a chandelier in the middle of this entire thing.
Holy shit!
All right. So,
Poor Conkubar.
the three of you have a night on the town. You go out. You've got 50 gold. You go and party. You have good times with, whoever you want to pick up. The various people. You meet men, women, strange eldritch beings that you're not sure why they're there, but honestly, for some reason they're
Chumas.
incredibly sexy and also want to spend time with you.
Can I roll a knowledge local
Demon
to know
ladies.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
what's the best places to?
Sure.
Hot single eldritch horrors in your area.
I mean, you know the best places to hang out and to
Aw,
go
that is
get
good.
drunk and stuff. I'm just saying, like, you party all night, and, like, honestly, the two of you will come back to the ship with Conkabar between your arms. He's a gnome much smaller than both of you, so both of you can carry him kind of like, shoulder between his arms. He's kind of like the drinking got to him. He's kind of down. The two of you, both of you, Chester, you're feeling it, but you've surged forward, like, to like trying to be impressive, so you feel like you've like kind of pushed through some stuff. Jacub, you were perfectly fine. You could have probably gone down drinking a little longer, but honestly, you're running low on money after partying for like, honestly, is that the sun coming up? I think it's the sun coming up.
Just, I'm not gonna lie. I could have had way more drinks. I could have just kept drinking all day, but like I don't know, Concubine was he was make it, man.
Vetted more women than both of you combined.
Got him, Concubine. You tell him.
We also have
Your son.
Oh crap! We have a meeting soon, don't we?
Yes, you do.
What? We have a meeting? Oh god!
Depending on the time, Yaalkol might be getting up now.
You like get out to like do some like morning training and stuff. Probably.
I always do, and I probably got up extra early so I can clean my scales.
You're like cleaning up. You do some exercise like you're cleaning up, and as you're like cleaning up, you see the three of these people wander in. Conkabar is just messed up. He is out of it. He's kind of half conscious. He isn't like fall unconscious, but certainly seems incredibly drunk, and like the other two kind of looking like they're a little tipsy but feeling okay, as they're arriving back in the morning.
How hungover do these individuals look?
Currently not yet, but it'll happen soon, because honestly, this is just post-drinking.
I know when to do my firearms training then.
I know when I just give them their space so they can put Conkabar to bed, and then I'll just go up before they hit the hay and just say, "Fun night."
Fun. When are we doing the meeting?
I think I was planning on heading out in a couple hours. Myste usually rouses around this time if she already hasn't. That's the only person I'm waiting for.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm going to try to catch a quick nap. If you want to wait, just wake me when you're ready to go. I'll be ready.
Don't worry. Myste has a tendency to enjoy waking up the revelers.
This is the
Master of arms and all.
Yeah.
She knows I'm not a soldier though, right?
You're right, because soldiers have contracts. At least ones that don't get lost by their captain. Ooh, lots of water around here. Enjoy your rest, gentlemen.
Kind of drunk, and someone's like being serious. You like get nervous and start standing up, but like you're kind of swaying up.
On that note, I bid you a good day.
To you as well.
As you guys part, I'm gonna lean over to Captain Yaalkol and go, "Hey, I didn't realize that the concubine really partied that hard. I think he'll be fine, but he kept mentioning something about like being in love, like loving this crew, or like something about family, and God, it was just so sad. You told me he would be fun, but he was kind of, I don't know.
To be honest, I don't. I really just kind of wanted somebody to lift his spirits. I knew it'd be kind of a bummer. The 50 gold was more of a payment. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I think that's why he acts out. It's kind of like this weird need to feel alive thing. I don't get it. I say just die, get over with. It's fun that way.
I mean,
Have a good rest.
You should probably have all the experiences you can.
I've died once already, and to be honest with you, I thought I would have died a few thousand times before now. Life is what you make of it, and I intend to make of it.
So,
He looks very proud of himself for saying that.
pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, you've really taken to your lessons with Revia."
I don't know. I think this one's y'all cool. All right. Well, good night.
Good night.
Or morning.
Good day.
All right, I'm going to assume to large gunfire, the two of you will wake up not after very long.
I'm probably running some firearms drills with the Marines.
But you hastily got together that morning.
Simulating some actual battle.
I'm going to need some fort saves from the two of you who were up all night. All right. Both of you, not feeling great, but doing okay for now.
That's a little bit of the dog that bit you helps.
Hear cannon fire.
As I pull out my flask and take a sip.
Yeah.
I assume you're in your own, but like somewhere Jacub says the same thing. He's like, the best way to cure a hangover, and we'll like pull up some sort of whiskey somewhere. We're like, all right, let's do this.
That's what I have is whiskey. Hey, you can't have a hangover if you're still drunk.
In the hours, but I don't know how readily available coffee is in the shackles. Is it available at all?
Coffee is a thing in Pathfinder.
I know it is literally a thing in Pathfinder. That's why I'm asking how prevalent it would be in the shackles.
Environment, probably decently.
I'm going to guess with a lot more of the cultures, probably tea tends to be more popular, but coffee probably is a drink that could be acquired.
I feel like Yaalkol would be a coffee drinker. His dad would drink coffee for some reason, so he would have went out that morning to find some coffee he could get for his friends.
It's certainly it's like coffee is more expensive. It's not like a very. It's unfortunately not a very. It's probably much more expensive than tea right now. So you can find some certainly. There are places that sell coffee. You're gonna have to brew it yourself, though.
I will ask Myste how to do that.
I only drink tea. You could ask the cook. That's what they're here for.
You didn't hire a new cook.
Right. You never hired a new cook.
I start to think when you say that, I just I stop for a moment, like mid thought. I say, God damn it, that's why the food sucked.
Yes, you should probably deal with that.
People are gonna get really mad really quickly.
They're already getting that.
Damn it.
I'm gonna say, this is what Quentin's been doing. You put him on cook duty, he's bad at it.
It's not great.
Yeah, he probably picked up some things, but nothing huge.
It's all poorly cooked sea turtle.
That's the only thing he knows how to cook is turtle.
Oh my god, we're gonna have sea turtle again when we leave from Harbor. That's why I haven't set a course yet. I don't want to leave. We have food here that we can.
There's like 10% of your crew keeps getting sick every day for a day.
All right. Do you think we can find someone here, or should we head back to Port Peril? I don't even know.
Most likely find someone here. Yes, it's a big town.
There's no way that there's not a chef here, right?
Yeah, that'd be very unlikely to not have one.
Oh, hell. All right. This is usually Revia, but Revia,
Yeah, I think Revia is sick on sea turtle right now.
Too much bad sea turtle.
Do you think you could help me find someone?
Charisma stats?
Can we recruit with Intimidate, actually? But that's just where, normal crew members...
You're not okay with that, remember?
You're going to cook for us.
You specifically banned that one.
That's the only thing Yaalkol can do. So he's just, gonna go up and be like, please join our crew. They're gonna no, they're like...
How much does a cook cost?
Yeah. Can we just recruit a cook? Do we have to? Is there a?
It's probably a quality thing.
Definitely the quality thing. Depending on how good of a cook you want, depends on how much it'll be.
We can just have Revia do the role when Revia's not vomiting up turtle.
I would say I'd want the highest quality chef we could possibly afford.
People do it.
I could do it.
Food is just such an important thing.
I need to get something in my stomach anyway. I could interview some chefs.
Yeah, let's go taste the local cuisine.
I mean, you can always summon horrors from beyond the abyss that can make the best food you've ever
I will
tasted in
treat
your
you.
life.
What you want to look for is the failing businesses there where the chefs are, because
Yeah,
nobody's
what-
gonna leave like a good business.
Well, but the thing is, you don't want to. If the business is going under, it could be because it's a bad chef.
Well, yeah, the thing is we gotta try the food.
We can deal with that after the.
Yeah, we have a meeting we have to do first.
Yeah,
you
but this
two
thing sounded funner.
good
All
enough?
right, fine. What are we saying, Misty?
I was asking, are you two good enough gesturing to the two people who were very rudely woken up?
I take another sip of my whiskey. I'll be good.
Looks at, what about you, Jacob?
Hey, this is my first time that I've done important stuff while drunk.
I got you guys this drink I used to have as a kid. It's called coffee, and I throw you the bag full of coffee beans. There's some way to make that into a drink. I don't know how.
That doesn't look like a drink. It's not liquid.
I know, but like you could turn those beans into a drink, and it's like it doesn't taste very good, but it makes you feel really good.
Is it pre-ground or not?
Absolutely.
There's just
No,
probably
it's
a
not
whole
pre-ground, it's
Absolutely
just
not.
beans. It's just beans, and because it's like the back here, then they're probably pre-roasted, so they're stale.
If they're pre-roasted, they'll last a little longer. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I could just take some of the beans and then put it in my flask and let them soak in the whiskey.
Coffee
Yeah.
whiskey's a thing in some parts of the
you could
world.
probably eat these. Probably eat them or something. I just take a handful and put them in my mouth and just go.
I mean, they do actually sell like chocolate-covered coffee.
I
cans.
know. Cool. Well, just because he committed to it, we'll eat a small handful of coffee beans, and then just would recommend that.
I'm gonna go.
I add a few into my whiskey bottle, in my whiskey flask. I'll just let them soak in there and see what happens.
I think recommended would be like a whole day. I don't know, but
I know you crushed them. That's all I know. I remember because somebody let me crush them. It was really fun. Crush them really.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I know how to make coffee?
What a bizarre.
No, it would not be. It'd
survival.
be. It's a skill that would be called cooking, which is an actual
profession
skill.
cooking.
Yes.
So you
Craft
need to use your
cooking.
wisdom.
It's craft cooking or profession chef, I think.
Profession chef.
I think it's profession chef. I don't think there's a craft.
There's
Yeah,
no
because
craft
it's a
cooking.
wisdom skill.
Yeah, so it's
What
profession.
about
chef.
perform cooking?
No.
Like I have a
That's
cooking
different,
show.
and that doesn't actually make you cook something good.
It's hibachi.
That's very.
It'd be hilarious to put all your points of perform cooking none in profession cook. So you make the coolest looking food that sucks.
Horrendous.
It's like, oh my god, this is all
No,
raw.
you poison everyone, but it looks amazing.
Just load it with LSD. You'll be fine. Just like.
We're not Bender.
Yeah.
That's literally Futurama.
Load it with LSD. It'll be fine.
Alright, and then I guess we'll go see Aeronax.
I assume that we will get to that today.
Yes.
All right. Certainly you can head to Aeronax's fortress and manor, and once again head to the door. The gates at this point in time are actually open. As it seems like there is business about, and people going in and out of the fortress. It's town is bustling. The city is bustling. Certainly there seems to be a gate guard that's kind of like checking up on people and seeing who's entering. Anybody that's like, checking on the guards and talking with them and stuff. And as you approach, this is a different person than you saw last night. He's like, excuse me. What can I help you?
We dropped off a prisoner here last night. We were told to come back in the morning to speak to Lord Aeronax. I will flash the thing.
He's like gonna like click his fingers and like measure to someone, kind of bring over something. Misty Curtov. He's like holding a piece of paper.
That is me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lord Aeronax was informed of your effect in bringing in a prisoner, and that you'd wish for a meeting. I can send word that you would be ready for such a thing.
Please do.
Thank you.
All right. Please just wait over there. Don't get in the way of anybody. He gestures to, like, just in an area of the courtyard. There seems to be some people out and about training and things like that.
Yaalkol will try his best not to get in the way, but somehow always be in the way.
Okay.
You are a very large man.
I'm just, as a very tall person myself, I know how this works.
Yeah.
Don't get in the way becomes, oh god, I'm sorry.
You're always blocking someone's view.
Of course, there seems to be like a firing range, where it looks like a squad of musketeers are training. So they have like the double row where like one fires while the other's reloading to, like, make it quick and efficiently, the two rows. Very, very well military organized. They seem to actually be, you can tell that all of them, though they have this like military discipline, none of them are like in uniforms. These are pirates, but they do seem to be like disciplined pirates. So these are like your mercenaries. They're pirate marines. They like take their job seriously. Yeah. So they're definitely like doing some training in here. You do notice that after a while, the first mate, which you had met previously, before you had gone here, I will get his name again in case you don't have it and I forgot it. Chambros Agrosa. I'm like, greetings once more. It seems as though that you've done your business for Admiral Aranox. Please, this way.
Yes, I will follow.
I will follow.
I will.
As we're walking, I'll kind of like prod Yaalkol to fix his posture and look proper.
Admiral Endymion. Endymion, they would call him by that his last name. I keep doing the other one because it's harder to pronounce.
It's a Chalix name.
Chalix don't have good names for me to pronounce. Anyway, they'll lead you into the fortress and into the manor proper, in which you will be escorted into a room that seems to be kind of like a relatively both nice and simple dining hall. You can tell like the furniture is well made, but it isn't of like any like super expensive wood. It just seems to be well made material. Same with like the dishware. He's not like using like silver dishware. It's just fine, but finely crafted materials that he uses. He kind of like doesn't show off like wealth, but he still likes the finer things in a way. He kind of excuses himself as he's enjoying his breakfast. He kind of like cleans his face off and kind of puts it down and kind of like says, "Welcome. It seems that you have good news bringing me a prisoner. An interesting one, of course.
Yeah.
Did any of you have breakfast? Feel free to sit and join me."
Thank you.
I will sit and have some breakfast.
He'll kind of like gesture as some servants and workers will bring you out like some drinks and some food.
I'm gonna ask them if they know how to make coffee and give them coffee grounds. Coffee beans.
One of them be like, I think we can bring some coffee out. Don't normally brew it very often. Only one of the officers really likes it. Otherwise, they serve kind of like a watered down mixture of a little bit of wine and ale. So it's sort of like a little bit of like, it's more than just water in the morning, but it's like fairly like lightly alcoholic, very watered down, so it's like a little bit of something to add to your palate. Breads, cheeses, meats, nothing super fancy out on the table, but you're kind of all being kind of brought plates and then like stuff to serve from the middle, kind of like grab from some stuff. So I found it quite interesting that I was informed this morning of a prisoner. And lo and behold, when I wander down to my prisons, I see a member of the theater in my prison, chained and what appears to be covered in his own vomit.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mark.
So, what did you find out, and why do I have a prisoner, and what does this mean for me?
I will give him the documents.
Okay.
The troop appeared to be propagandists.
Propagandists.
Spreading misinformation about you to upset your rule. Directly linked to the Throne of Chance.
Not spies, though.
Not spies.
That's strange. Does the throne fear me so much that they would need to destroy my reputation? Certainly, they've added a lot of stress to my life, and this evidence will be enough for me to see the troop completely, the reputation's shattered. What of the other two?
Yeah.
They did not survive the encounter.
I will need you to make a bluff check on that one.
Yes, I will try my best to assist. DC 10.
Who has a good bluff? Does
I have a
anybody
10. Mine's a 10.
All right, so do I have to assist?
You don't have to, but you can. If you
I'm
fail
not
on an
going.
assist, it doesn't harm it.
There's no
I have a
penalties or
negative one. I don't think it's worth.
It's a DC 10.
Yeah. It's a
It's
DC 10
almost
to
always
assist.
worth it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I will assist.
Nope.
Can't
Oh,
have
no.
Revia actually has really bad bluff. Revia's persuasive.
Okay. Well, Jacob, let's see if you can assist.
Oh no!
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to put all the pressure on you.
Luck.
Oh no!
Really bad.
All right.
This is so bad.
Oh!
Okay.
What?
Well, I've got to check something. That
All the
actually,
bad stuff might be okay.
I did roll a 1 for his sense motive. That's very good for you.
Yes, it is. I
Might.
think it's the only thing that gets us out of this.
Quite possibly.
Oh.
I'm trying to think if we just.
What did you get? A 13?
13.
It's really bad.
He has an 11.
I
Oh
made it.
my- We survived!
I rolled a 1.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank the dice gods, and they're good.
Okay, so he's gonna kind of like look at you and kind of be like, all right. What of their bodies then?
They went under the sea. They fell through the hole that is in the theater.
And you didn't recover them?
Wait.
A shark attack. We were still dealing with the devil. By the time we looked back in the water, there were just chunks left.
There was a devil there.
A barbed devil, to be precise.
Yeah.
Guardian of the theater. Its corpse is still there. They had bound it.
Chelix agents using a devil makes sense. Something like that to guard the theater. Seems like things were more dangerous than I expected for you. The question is what to do with my prisoner. That's something I'm going to have to think on.
Yeah.
They are agents of an enemy. Well, this last one is, at the very least. And was causing me no heartache. Nonetheless.
Would you accept advice?
You've assisted me so far. I would not turn it away at this point.
Let him go. The thing that we have that the enemy doesn't, that we're not psychopaths. The way that you show that is having restraint. He was being an asshole. He was telling lies about you. But he's not a spy. And for pricks, they get the boot. They don't get the axe. Just my 2 cents.
I disagree wholeheartedly. He should be made an example. Regardless of
You
what
could
you
always
choose.
try to get information first, though.
That's true. Getting information out of him would be perhaps useful. He might know a few things. I will take your advice under advisement. Both points. And consider it.
I have a simple request. Regardless of what you choose, I will reach in my bag and I will reach into specifically my torturer's kit, and place a brand on the table. I want Chelix to know it was who caught him.
He's going to kind of like put his hand on the brand and kind of push it away and be like, that can be spread. But even when it comes to getting information out, I am no monster. Though I will let you know anything that happens with him will be unpleasant.
Good.
So, it seems you've done me a great favor. You've done what I asked and more. I would say to you, I have a man, Commodore Gordon. He goes by the nickname Mad Shanks. The man is a little off his rocker, a little scruffy, and honestly, doesn't know how to say a proper word to anybody. But he's one of the finest officers I have. You'll have 5 warships of mine for your battle up ahead. Know that Mad Shanks will be there. I can arrange for the vessels to be docked at your island within a few weeks. I'm sure they'll be graciously welcomed by your currently growing settlement.
There will be. Be treated
Excellent.
with the respect you deserve.
Well then,
Thank you.
eat, enjoy. If you wish to stay for a few more days in Hell's Harbor, feel free to do so. My house is as good as yours at this point in time. It's up to you if you wish to stay and see what happens with our prisoner or not.
Thank you.
Was gracious.
Yeah, I'll finish my meal and then excuse myself.
Okay. Where are you heading then?
Back to the ship. I would talk to Misty and see how invested in this prisoner. Misty, I know that you want to see this guy get the axe and all, and as much as I advocated for him to get freed, I'm not going to lose any sleep if he does. But how invested in this are you? Did you want to stick around and see what
I
happens?
would like to remain to see what happens. I also have a little bit of extra business I need to speak with our good lord.
Okay.
Then remain we shall. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Alright, I'm assuming everybody finishes up kind of eventually, like, all kind of dismiss yourselves, and Misty, you're
Yeah.
kind of staying around to chat with Aeronox for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well,
Seems you have some more business with me.
yes. I've never been one to use fancy words of flattery, so I will simply do my proposition. We are both ex-Chelix. People have natural suspicions of us.
True. And though my suspicions will probably remain, you certainly have done well to dismiss many of them for a period of time. Certainly it'll be maybe even years before rumors begin to circulate again. And even then, will they reach these levels? Well, I have very doubts. But still.
I propose this. Between you and I, a small alliance on the council.
Alliance, you say? Well, certainly, I can give support behind any kind of decisions that you bring to the council. And I've given support as it is now. But alliance is a heavy thing, especially in these trying times.
Alliance is an incorrect term. I will agree to support what you put forward, if you agree to support what I put forward. What I intend to put forward. Spies and propagandists appear to be an issue in this neck of the woods. There needs to be something to root them out. And I need support for that, to get that working.
Well, perhaps I will consider such a thing.
Thank you.
Come to me before the next meeting, or if there's another event that calls us together, and we can discuss this more.
Of course. Thank you for your hospitality. It is nice to finally have somewhere of more class to stay.
So, I will tell you what happens to Gorebeard. So the thing about Aranax is he is quick to temper, very sadistic, and is not against murder. But those first two things kind of trump what he decides to. They will torment Gorebeard for a period of time, trying to get information out of him. And when they believe they've gotten enough information, the man, of course, the information about the theater and him will be put to public. And eventually, rather than a public execution, publicly, he will have his tongue pulled out, and all but two of his fingers, a thumb and a finger, removed from each of his hands. So he only has little grippers on each hand, and no longer a tongue. Jeez. And then he will be left on his way. You gave options to a very sadistic man who, honestly, he thinks that a man without a tongue and without a, ability to do much except for things, he knows he's a pugilist because of what you said. Hey, he can't really make fists anymore.
No.
His fighting ability is almost removed. His ability to speak is removed. He probably can't even write.
Spread lies anymore.
Can't write really even more. No. Barely can hold anything with just two fingers. I mean, this guy is in an awful shape. But he's alive and let go.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah.
What long will that last? Who knows?
Yeah. And he will actually ship him back to House Thrune as a message, because honestly, he hates House Thrune with a passion.
Hey, we got that in common.
Mm-hmm. Also, look, this man technically has vengeance against a, his backstory is really crazy if you know about it.
It is insane.
Yeah. The reason he left Chelix, he got into a fight over his wife having an affair.
Yep.
And got embarrassed by another noble because of it. And then decided to go pirate the other noble's goods. And then when there was, when the royals were like, you can't do that, he ran away with a boatload of money that he got from that guy and settled Hell Harbor. probably a lot of those like pirate marines. They're probably ex-Chelix marines that are mutineers, or like what's the other word?
Deserters.
Deserters and mutineers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He attracts all the Chelix mutineers and deserters to this place.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why Myste maybe wants to make some agreements with him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess after, since we'll probably be there a few days, after getting some rest, I'll go out and try to help recruit a cook for us.
Yeah.
You do need a cook, like, pretty bad.
Honestly, you're probably going to find someone that's an expert at Chelaxian food. This place screams Chelix. It is definitely a little Chelix, because Aranox honestly really likes Chelixian culture and, the people. He just really hates the rulership and all the aristocrats.
I mean, so the food will be devilish then, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It still will be more edible.
Look, Aranax's goal in life is to basically eliminate all. It's basically remember. There's a Nation of Eternal French Revolution. He kind of wants to do that with Chelaxian's current government, and
Fair enough,
and put a new, more pure Chelax one in front or something. I don't know. That's up to you to see how you like it or not.
Yeah.
He's neutral evil. He likes the evil part of everything. Anyway. And he wasn't exiled. He went into... it's a statement of defiance and rebellion that he left.
Yeah.
God damn it. I love this man. He's such a dick.
He is.
Yeah. Anyway. Alright. So. Anyway. So we will, why don't we take a break? It's about halfway.
Sounds like...
Yeah. I'm trying to think about the next. And then we'll figure out, traveling, to, the next location. So if you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and take care of those, and we'll be back in a minute. Speaking of, hi everybody, welcome back. It's those in-between conversations. We were discussing superhero movies. Don't worry about it. It was great.
It's all we were discussing, superhero movies.
Totally, only discussing that. Anyway, so, doing anything else at Hell Harbor? Or where are you going to now? Then where are you heading to first?
So I think we should go to our island.
Okay.
The reason I think this is we can go to our island, and then we can swing down to Quent to drop these two people off, so they can fuck off. And we can go deal with the place we actually need to do.
Okay.
And we also need to talk to the eel.
We need to talk to the eel. We will probably have to talk to Sandra. And there might just be people on the island we want to talk to. Right? Because they might have... We're traveling around. They might have information we don't. Because we're never really in one place for very long.
Yeah. I'll probably stop by and talk to my friend as well. Ambrose.
Yes.
Ambrose might know a thing or two.
Alright, so you can head back to the Island of Empty Eyes very easily, and make dock there.
It really is so far away.
It's a heck of a distance. They put you in the boondocks.
We just need to move the island, that's all.
We'll just claim this other Cyclops island too. Don't worry about it.
No, we'll just move the island.
Take the island, push it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, you can arrive. What do you want to do first now that you're back at the island, guys?
I think we should check in with the eel first.
All right. So you can get in contact with the eel. He certainly is back in his domain, having your other ship, the Dragon's Fury, having been being docked in He'll kind of like, it'll be kind of quiet in there, and then kind of like, you'll hear a voice, Ah! So it is you. You've returned. Well, well, well. I thought you got yourselves killed. As he kind of snickers a little bit. No, I understand. Busy with being a new pirate lord. Congratulations, lords of the Island of Empty Eyes. So, what do you want from me?
I think you know what we want from you. You've been given the job.
Oh, information. Well, what do you want to know? I can tell you what I've come across, but it is scattered bits of information. So how about this? Ask me a question, and I'll try my best to give it an answer. I am aware what's happening. Are you aware? I've seen some signs of things that seem to be a little bit more violence coming in.
Do you have any information on the ongoings of Chellick's presence within these seas?
Chellick's presence. Well, unfortunately, that's not the kind of thing I was looking into. Never was asked into it.
Look into that one.
The general information on Chellick's presence. Well, the Chellicks always have a presence in various forms. Spies, agents, sometimes even their warships wander in. Some of them don't return. Many of them do, claiming the heads of various low-level pirates. Occasionally a free captain, mostly independent, who hope to get rich with various schemes. Schlaxian's having a full-blown invasion. Well, something they want, very obviously. It's been a while since they last tried to invade. And the current queen is itching for a little bit of victory. But this is stuff anybody can find out.
Well, tell us.
How many ships does Harrigan have?
That's a good question. Now you're asking the correct thing. From what I can see, he's managed to gather, at very least, 3 main fleets of ships. All of them fairly elite. That's what my sources say. Approximately 20 ships under the Wormwood. I'm not sure exactly, because it depends on where how his sources build together. He's got 3 pirates under him that seem to be assembling his main fleets. That's the thing about Harrigan. He doesn't seem to have a main fleet under himself normally. He has his minions. The Wormwood is all he really needs, and occasionally gets ships and lets them go off on their own. So,
What do you know about his former first mate?
well, I guess I'll wait on the fleets then and give you information about that later.
Sorry.
Oh, well, you know, if you want information on something else entirely.
Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead and continue, please.
Anyway, thank you. The 3 pirates that are under him are Burdusk Ganderwall, Deleri Listervale, and Lezik Whitecap Viceroy. All are very loyal to Harrigan. All of them former officers that became pirates under him, basically. That's the thing is, as you saw with me, you don't really get out from under Harrigan. Even if you're free of his influence, you're not. At least these 3 seem very loyal. They will be the commander of his various forces, his 3 fleets that he seems to be assembling. They're the ones I know about now. Each one will probably have about at least a half a dozen ships, maybe more. Depends on how many he can assemble before his plan of attack. Which the date is, well, not exact. It's not an exact science how long these things take. But I'd estimate you have maybe 2 months at most, if you're lucky. Maybe a little bit more, depending on things that are going on. You're going to ask a question?
Oh, I was going to ask the GM. Are these pirate captains' names, are they, like, well-known?
Can I roll a local?
They'd be... I'll tell you, probably not. I'm going to tell you, I have their names. They do not have stats, as you're not supposed to fight them directly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They are commodores in front of fleets. The only things I have stats for are various people on the Wormwood.
Yeah, I imagine these guys just get captured.
Were killed, yes. They rule over... They control fleets. They live and die with their fleets in the mass combat kind of thing.
Throw away NPCs.
Yes. I will tell you, they're probably lesser known free captains under Harrigan, basically. So. Now, to answer your question earlier. Yes, I am aware of a former first mate. I, in fact, sailed with them for a time. I believe you're referring to good old Scraggs Rotgrim. Well, Scraggs was smart. He wouldn't have returned to Shackles. Gonna be honest about that one. I was actually approached by Harrigan previously to, well, assist in taking care of some issues with Scraggs. I didn't have a chance to.
What kind of issue?
Well, for me, it would have probably been fire, murder, that kind of thing, you know. Scraggs ran from the Wormwood. He abandoned ship. Deserter. That's why Harrigan hates him so much. As far as I know, Scraggs found himself a ship when he returned to this area here. Had an assumed name. But Harrigan found out still nonetheless. Tried to capture him. Just a few months ago, well, Scraggs gave him the slip. Ended up, of course, near Dagon's jaws. Harrigan broke off pursuit. Dagon's jaws has its own infamous reputation. I think Harrigan assumed that when he tried to shoot the gullet, well, didn't go well. You see, Dagon's jaws, most people just go around it. It takes a bit. It's a big old island area with lots of atolls and coral reefs around it, meaning got to give it a wide berth. But there's theoretically a nice little lane straight through the 2 islands. That means you can cut off a bunch of time. And, honestly, if someone's trying to pursue you, get away from them. Maybe Scrags got lucky and got through and has disappeared somewhere. But no one's seen hide nor hair of him since he tried to do it. Could have crashed, could have landed. Who knows?
Is Dagon's call the last known place?
Dagon's Jaws?
Jaws, yeah.
Yeah, as far as my information goes. There have been no word from him for a couple of months. I think Harrigan believes he's dead. And if not dead, hiding somewhere that he can't find him.
Do you know of any way through Dagon's Jaws?
There are a few old maps of Dagon's Jaws you might be able to find. But an actual way through? Nah. Not that people haven't managed to shoot the gullet before. It's happened. But it's far and few between. Most don't return. Probably dozens of ships sunk trying to do it.
Sunk because of quarrel and other things, or sunk by someone or something?
As far as everybody known, it's filled with various currents, reefs, corals, navigational nightmare to try to get through there safely and not ground your ship or tear open its bottom. But if you could do it, you cut off like half a day that anybody that's traveling behind you would be behind you. Half a day. That's a lot of when the open sea.
I see.
Hence
If
why
anyone could do it, Revia could do it.
it's hence why people might actually use it. Again, there's also probably some danger seekers that go after it, but that's not my wheelhouse to have information on. You have to ask someone else. I just know what's basically known about it.
You said there could be maps. Do you know where one might procure one?
Port Peril? Maybe one of the other big cities like Quent. Honestly, a good old pirate records might have something. Again, it's not like the islands haven't been explored, visited before. It's just that it's very dangerous. It's not like people haven't survived traveling between the Jaws. It's just not many do. Most ships that try it just don't return.
Do you know of anyone who had?
No. I did my cursory information, figured out some things, heard about people like Scrags. Honestly, I had known a little bit about him, so I looked into. As I said, Harrigan had asked me to maybe help him with the problem. Never got a chance to.
Huh, I see.
Harrigan's playing with fire. He's dangerous. And honestly, I think his attack on you is going to be a power play. Fresh Pirate Lord taking you out might prove himself worthy of a seat on the council, or at very least, get himself a new place to control. New island.
Yeah, that's not a bad thought.
And if, as I suspect, he's got some kind of Chelish connection, well, maybe he's planning on using this as a help more leverage. If it comes about. Though it's been hard to tell and get any solid information on Chelaxian contacts with Harrigan. I was looking into it. But it seems as though agents of the Pirate Council have begun asking around and looking deeper into Chelaxian spies. Many of them are going underground deeper. Those Chelaxian connections. Didn't get any actual names, just information, rumors, stuff that, well, doesn't spread between certain circles, or outside of it, I should say. So, whatever the Pirate Council's doing seems to be doing the right job, at least for now. Gavet's getting a stranglehold on some Chalaxian information gathering. By the same light, it means there doesn't seem to be as much evidence of direct connections with Harrigan. Maybe his contacts can't contact him. Or maybe he's keeping himself arm's distance because if something goes wrong with the plans, he doesn't want to be associated with it. Either way, I couldn't gather any information on that. I know you asked me to look into it, but I think the only place that you're going to find any information of direct Chalaxian connections, actual evidence, is from Harrigan himself. I'm sorry to say right now.
Easy enough to get that when he's a corpse.
I'll try to find some more information out, but I'm going to be honest. The person that's probably going to know best about anything about Harrigan is Scraggs. Harrigan has a number of islands he controls. And even on my time, there was one I never visited. His main base of operation. I spent years, but we didn't go that direction. We never needed to. We were just pirating.
Is there a reason?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if there actually is a region. It's one of those things is that I've thought about it a lot. I never made it to his one of his main isles. I suspect it's because something to do with some of his personal life, as far as I know.
Alright, do you have any idea where it is?
Unfortunately, no.
Alright,
Well, we're going after someone who might have an idea.
Again,
yeah.
I think what it is Harrigan's got a woman somewhere, and he was on the out and outs while I was on the crew directly. Made up from what I've heard on rumors, made up a few, maybe like half a year after I left. It was basically for a couple of years on the out and outs.
Well, anything else? What kind of weapons? We already know how many ships he potentially has.
There is something. It's a weird thing. Harrigan doesn't seem like a much religious person. And this is something I haven't thought about until now very much. He does have one thing. A religious symbol he keeps somewhere in his quarters. Not in a place of true worship, but maybe respect. Norgabur.
I feel like that's the name that's come up.
It has.
So someone...
Same one that the church you've heard about before is.
Yeah, it's the secret
the
guy,
guy?
right?
It's the secret people, yeah. It is... Norgabur is technically an evil deity, I will tell you.
Yep.
So... It's a deity of secrets and stuff. There might be a reason behind it.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Exactly.
Met his followers of that guy before, and they were mostly weird.
I can try to find some more information out. Maybe more exact numbers of his fleet. Or if what other sources he might be carrying upon for fleet power. Again, he's going to have some pretty tough fleets. He's bringing in pretty elite pirate forces that he's got. He's going all out.
We'll be ready for him.
Yes. Would have to be.
Is there
Thanks
anything?
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say before we leave, is there anything else we wanted to look into while we're gone?
Yeah, I can think of.
I mean, like, so he has 20 ships, right?
Potentially.
Do they always hang out in his own territories, or do they like disembark somewhere else?
I assume they would not be with him currently, but would rally.
Yeah. He's basically, from the sounds of it, just like you have a number of small fleets, you basically are calling a bunch of fleets that have, like, 4 or 5 ships. He's got, like, 3 fleets that have, like, 6.
Yeah.
And he tends to have warships. You've got 1 fleet that actually has warships. You know. So sort of like, you might have to get higher numbers than him because he's got stronger base
Yeah, his
ships.
ships are better.
Because the fleet you're given was 5 ships, which is 5 warships, which is pretty good. But 5 warships against 6 warships is gonna probably lose.
We should probably hire a couple mercenary fleets if we can afford it.
Well, we also might be able to get Kerrigan's
First mate.
ex-first mate. Yep.
Right now, you have access to 3 fleets, as I've said.
Yeah.
But also, you might need to raise your infamy, because we're looking at, like, was it based on infamy or something?
I don't remember.
There's, like, a maximum number of fleets you can have. And I think
disrepute is the one.
Yeah,
And we're pretty high up on it.
Yeah, you're currently at 4, but you can raise it higher. Because you're not high enough right now. Because if I look at your infamy and disrepute, which is...
There's 27 infamy, 16 disrepute.
I believe...
Infamy is the number that's the important one.
Yes. Disrepute's the one that goes up and down.
Yeah.
And I can check your maximum. I think it's like 3 times your level maximum or something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Which means we could have 30 something.
I'm opening the Wormwood Mutiny, that book, because that, I think, has it in the back of it.
We should get that raised up to get more ships. Merc ships could be decent.
Mark ships can do okay. They're not super great, but they can be okay.
It's number padding, mostly.
Yeah.
We might get help from... Sandra might have had something, because we do need to speak to her.
Sandra had a fleet. That's where one of them I put in there was.
So I don't know how feasible this is, but since he's got elite ships, I think our best bet is to try to get more ships than him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we said. Yeah.
Your infamy can be at most 4 times your average party level. So you can have 44 infamy right now.
We have half of what we could have, basically.
Yeah. So your reputation is, in fact, pretty low.
We haven't been actively raising it.
How do we raise it?
Checks in towns and such.
Yeah. If you visit places, you can take some time to...
Take time to raise things, a Diplo or perform check. For
Yeah.
bluff.
Next city we stop in, I'll perform.
Yeah.
Because you got a dancer here.
Yeah.
You're a dancer?
If we could have you and Conkybar doing that.
Yeah.
What's the move when he needs to?
Nice.
Okay. So the thing is, honestly, you can already have a lot of fleets. Because what do you have right now
Yeah.
for infamy?
It's 27.
Okay. So let me check, because I'm going to assume Revia is probably going to be your admiral. Does that make sense?
Most, Revia has the most sailing.
Yeah, because that does have an effect on being an admiral. Let me just check Revia. So right now, you can have 6 fleets, because it's your infamy divided by 10 rounded down, increased by the admiral's charisma modifier.
Yeah.
And I think Revia is the most charismatic PC.
Yes.
Believe so.
This tracker's Rio is no longer.
Yeah. So, 6 fleets is a lot. But, like, again, you can get, like, between 3 to 5 ships in a fleet very easily right now. So that's not a huge number. So sort of like, you might need 6 to, like, match Harrigan's fleets at least.
Yeah, 6 is what we should import. We have 3 currently.
You can get up to 8, it seems like, if you manage to raise your infamy and disrepute and take some time to do that, too.
I think we should. So our main fleet consists of us and the other captains directly under us.
Yes.
The Sharkman, Dwarfman, Tog, Rio,
Yeah.
and then the Dragon's Promise.
Yeah.
We also have the help from our underwater friend.
Probably
Aquaman.
that would not be under you directly, because usually the, like, core admiral's ship is its own ship. Like, the Wormwood is kept separately. So it's probably, like, Cog or one of the other members of that would be the commodore of that group of those 4 ships. You would be the flagship. And so you can probably be, with those allies you've gotten, build together one fleet. But they're, like, a little bit more ragtag, so they're probably going to have not as good stats as a fleet as some of the others, because they are just 4 random ships kind of thrown in.
Yeah, I think we should get Triton out. So we have means for that.
Yeah. So, you right now have, 4 fleets, I'll say, because I'll say that you've received word that Sandra will arrive, and she's going to bring some help. She heard word. She's not going to be here right now, I'm going to say. She'll show up later on. Because I'm saying it takes her time to build a fleet. But so she can show up a fleet. You've got Meryl's fleet, the fleet you got from Aranax, and you have one more lead for a fleet right now, which could be meaning that you have Pegsworthy. Well. So that would be 5 fleets you could get right there. Including
right? Yeah. Revia's Fuckboy has a fleet or something, right? Did we count that already?
Yes. You've got Fuckboy's fleet in there, in that 5. That's where you're at right now, without getting mercenary fleets. And you still have some other sources of places.
Fucky boy fleet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely get Pegsworthy, and then I think we should raise our infamy and grab maybe as many mark ships as we can.
Pegsworthy was down at Goat's Head, remember?
Yes, it's down here, because we can do a big loop around was my kind of idea.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you're thinking hit up Dagon's Jaws and then head down to Goat's Head?
That was my planning.
Okay.
Well, first we were hitting...
First
we were dropping the ladies off first at Quint, right?
I'm going to tell you, that doesn't take anything. We can just say you do. Unless
well,
there's something...
when we go to Quint, we could also perform there.
Yeah, so you should do your rolls at Quint to try and raise your things.
I will tell you... Okay.
I mean, I'll assist Conkabar, because I think Conkabar has the better...
I will say you have to do that, not Conkabar.
Okay, that's fine.
Can
he assist me?
There is no assistance on this kind of thing.
Okay.
So, I'm going to tell you, it takes a full day, and you need someone that's a PC to be the main storyteller. And you make a bluff, intimidate, or perform check to gauge its effectiveness.
Intimidate. I think we have someone who might be able to do a better role than me if they want to intimidate.
Quite a few intimidating people.
There, I can try to intimidate.
I mean, my intimidate's technically better than my dance by 2.
Well,
my dance is only at 11.
The thing about intimidate is that it's kind of an all-in. If I bork it, then
don't bork it.
We're running or brawling.
Can more than one person try at a port, or no?
One person at a port, and it takes a day because the person's trying to spread the story of it. I'm gonna say I'm looking at some numbers here, just checking some stuff.
Doing a little crunching back here, guys. It doesn't look good.
What is your intimidate? I'm gonna ask that.
Yeah.
My intimidate isn't bad. It's plus 16.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Better than mine. I'm a plus 13.
I could give you skill focus intimidate.
So, the DC goes up by a lot the higher level you get. It makes it harder to increase your reputation.
That's kind of shit.
Yeah.
Hot take. That's really bad. We should maybe
You should have been doing this sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
We'll talk
even
about that.
realize.
Maybe. Yeah.
I might look into like how they might alter that, because that kind of. I'm gonna tell you, the current DC is really high.
Yeah, because that means we just can't do it.
Yeah, like you can probably like the person that's closest to being able to do it is Yaalkol, and you'd have to probably do some stuff to either help him or give him buffs, and then you have to roll well.
Yeah. We're kind of locked into what we have now.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into like how people have altered this, because this
ignore
doesn't
it.
sound great, but there must be a better way to look at it.
Could just ignore it.
Yeah. Let me put it this way: the DC of this check is equal to 15 plus twice the group's average party level.
That's
What?
35-ish.
Yeah, 37 would be the DC.
Yeah, I think we should just ignore that. That's my hot take, because otherwise it's literally impossible and we're just stuck with the number of shit we got.
God, it went a lot higher than I thought it did. Like that's why I didn't realize that. Like, because when you were lower level, that wasn't like really difficult, but like it got up there when you're 11th level. Ah, God, because you have to almost be like, like.
You really have to focus in on that.
Yeah, you have to focus in on one of those. Because I think, like, even, like, if I check Conquerbar with the bonuses, like, because I think I've given him full perform. Let me just check what he has. He's got pretty high.
We did focus on for 2 and 3, but the entirety of Adventure 4 gave us no chance to ever do it.
He's got plus 20, which is good, but, like, not great.
Yeah.
Like, it... Honestly, if you had, like, skill focus in that, and perform... You know what? I'm going to be nice and just put this skill focus perform because he's missing a feat.
Okay.
Which I think you are... It's plus 6 now because he's got plus 10 ranks in it. So I mean, like... He has to roll an 11 right now just to increase it by 1. He'd have to roll 16 to increase it by 2 at a port.
It's almost not worth it.
Yeah.
With the current DC.
I could throw and say you can have, if you spend a day at a port, I could have Conquerbar roll. I'd do it for you guys just because,
Yeah, that's fine.
you know, as an extra bonus, because I did not realize it went up that high. I would have allowed you more opportunities to raise it or talked about it more.
But 3 and 4 didn't give a lot of opportunities to do it.
Yeah, like there could have been some places that I could have added it in though, here and there. And there are lots of things that give you bonuses to this, but it's kind of hard to get to that maximum because you're at 27 out of 44.
Halfway,
Yeah,
more or less.
yeah, you're 17 down. So you could have at least like added like, I don't know, like 7 more and been like in a pretty decent spot, you know, over the time. But that's like something I didn't even think about because it's in
It's
book
something
1.
you have to decide post session.
I mean, like 6 fleets isn't bad though, but it's like if you want to like get a couple more points and get to that like maybe 7th fleet or something. I'm gonna tell you, right now I'm just gonna report to you, like we might not even have to worry about it. If you were planning on doing the Black Tower, right?
Yes.
Doing that
yeah.
gets you some infamy and
It's the
disrepute.
sword, right?
Yeah, it's the sword. Please.
Nice.
Yeah, we were gonna do that.
Yeah, doing that would get you some infamy and disrepute too.
Okay.
So
Because what happens if you don't succeed? Do you lose?
you lose none. Not
You
succeeding
don't lose
doesn't do
anything.
anything. Yeah, you don't lose anything for failing.
I mean, we can still try. then.
It's a day.
We'll try.
But
But it is
the person
a
has to
graveyard.
spend a day doing it, though.
We're on a soft
Yeah.
time limit.
Yeah, that's why I said, like,
Yeah.
you're on a soft time limit, you know, so it's, like, hard to spend a lot of those days. I'll tell you, you can probably, by the end of this, still hit the 30 mark and at least get, like, 7 fleets. But getting up to, like, the 40 mark would probably be difficult. Not
I don't think we'll
impossible.
support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. I haven't looked at that in a while. You know, that's the thing is, like, we talked about using the disrepute stuff, just never really did. And, like, the infamy has come up for a few things, but not a lot. So it hasn't really been critical to look at it. Until now, it makes a difference. Anyway, okay. So, where were we at? I think... Are you doing anything else in...
I was talking to you. I don't think we need to speak him, and then we went to Quen to drop the lead itself.
Okay, so you weren't doing anything else at the Island of the Eyes?
I don't know if anyone else wants anything else.
I wanted to quickly talk to Ambrose.
Okay, sure.
And I just basically want to update him on what went on.
Oh yeah, he'll listen in on that. Do some things like that. We can just say that you kept him up informed about it. He can inform you what's kind of going on in town, things like that. Just some simple stuff. So if like there comes up a need for information based on what's going on in your growing town, you have it. I don't know if it will. That'll depend on what the stuff you have and what you want to do. So kind of leave that as a nebulous. There's information.
Right. Chester, add a Dragoon rifle or a Dragoon musket to your sheet because that would be finished by now.
Okay. I will look that up. And thank you.
See here how that pops up. Okay.
I just masterwork this.
So, I am going to move you folks over to here where you should see a map, right?
Before we go, I do want to say something. As a general note for what Myste is mostly doing while traveling, Myste is going to take a couple of the more loyal, like, Marines and start training them to be Inquisitors.
Okay. So, I'll just say, honestly, you've got enough checks and stuff. You can find this map in Quent. This is a very old map of the Dagon's Jaws, with the two islands, which are the Big Jaw and Little Jaw. So,
I don't know why it's called the Dagon's Jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Called that for some other reason.
There are high cliffs along most of the walls of this island. It's another reason that people don't really go here is like, cliff face all along here and all along here, and really the only like easy places to land are probably in the horrible thing in the middle. Doesn't mean people haven't done it, but this old beat up map is like with a couple of like marked trails that were like marked on here of like some old stuff like that. This is what you have. It doesn't really provide a lot.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. So that's what you got. Just want to sail for Dagon's Jaws then? What's the plan? Where do you want to...
The Black Tower is on the way. We want to deal with that first.
I would have to set up everything in the Black Tower, but
yeah,
I could start the stuff for the Black Tower if you want to do that.
Yeah, we can get the landing there done.
Yeah, let's do the landing.
I don't want to do too much plot progression without, so.
Okay. Black Tower is its entire own thing, though, I will tell you.
Yeah, it's like over here-ish.
Yeah. The Black Tower. I'm just trying to figure out where it's. The Isle of Black Tower lies on the western edge of the Shackles archipelago, near the Cannibal Islands.
Oh, that's way
that's over here.
No, we're not going to deal with that.
Yeah. That's the Isle of Black Tower, way over here.
That is way off course. We're not going to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do the Dagon's Jaw then.
Okay. Honestly, if you want to wait for Cell, we could call it here before we start this.
Yeah, I don't mind
A little
calling
early.
It's
a little early, but we could.
A little early.
Yeah.
I can go to sleep early.
Yeah. It's not too bad. We're only like half an hour early about or so from when we started. So, unless is there anything else?
There is a conversation I do want to have with Yaalkol. Well, not necessarily with Yaalkol, but with Harsk who may know things about Yaalkol that I kind of need to know for something.
Okay. Sure.
Um,
You get a house.
basic.
You can
yeah.
find him.
I assume he's very easy.
Yes and no.
Well, he does have many dwarf-shaped holes on the ship to escape in.
You certainly will find him down in the galley, just drinking right now.
Fair enough.
Looks like he's like reading a book.
Oh shit, he can read.
Yeah.
He's growing
Aye!
powerful.
Commander,
I'm not sure of what my title is anymore.
I've been thinking on that. We'll go for Commander. Commander, what is it that you need from me? That you come here for? Are you here to sit down and have a meal? I'm just drinking and reading a little bit.
I need some help with something about the
Something about the captain himself.
Yes.
Our good chairman of the board, so to say.
forgot his fucking title. Chairman Yaalkol. God damn it. Yes. Well, what I'm gonna suggest might make him mad. However, we already make him mad enough with our antics.
'Tis true.
So, right. Yaalkol doesn't really throw any celebrations for the crew, and I've noticed a lot of them are a little unhappy about it.
He's not the drinking and partying sort, though you don't need to be necessarily.
I think the easiest way to get a party going would be if we can figure out his birthday and throw him a little party for that. He needs it. He's been stressed. The crew is getting angry. They've eaten rancid turtle soup for a month now. So a good meal might help them for the upcoming war.
True. Well, I might be able to find out about that. I've got a couple of leads on information. It's unfortunately my old habits as the information gatherer type, looking into things and pointing out who to kill. Well, the old habits of looking into information have never quite left me.
Well, I understand that one, certainly.
Well, I have found out a few things about Yaalkol's family. Granted, the captain himself probably won't say anything, but perhaps accessing one of his siblings.
That could be a lead and something to go off of.
Yeah. Next time we're in Port Peril, I believe we can look up one of them.
Good.
The captain's an interesting man.
He's certainly the most bizarre captain I've ever dealt with.
You ask questions, and there's some things that I've found out that perhaps I don't know if I should be mentioning on the ship.
Then perhaps this conversation can wait for a more private time.
True. I guess what I'll say for now, without giving anything too much away, is there is indeed dragon blood in that man's veins.
Interesting.
Anyway, drink.
Yes, I will have a drink. And force Shackled to have a party, damn it. I've forced this upon the ship.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. Also, hinted at something.
Yeah, Yaalkol can go meet his dad finally.
I mean, his dad's one thing, but
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
his
going
dad's
to
alive,
tell you,
to be honest.
Yaalkol, your dragon ancestor's still alive. It's a goddamn dragon. They live
course.
forever.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
dragon.
I assumed that was the case, but I wasn't going to ask any questions because Yaalkol doesn't understand he's descended from a dragon.
Yeah.
He was just like, I look weird. I don't know. Some people look weird. That's as far as he's ever interrogated it.
Mhm.
Inflate his ego even more.
I mean, maybe
I don't know if he knows where dragon is.
we'll find
I'll be
out.
honest.
Yeah. A Dagrin.
Yeah, Dagrin.
Mhm.
I don't want to be Dagon.
Anyway, why don't we give shout outs. We'll end here. We'll hopefully get Cell back. Hopefully they'll be feeling better next week and we can dive into Dagon's Jaws, where I gotta be honest, one of the checks that you need to make, Cell's not gonna fail. All the
So it's
profession.
like a 35 sailing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother sailing checks. There might be some knowledge geography checks that need to be made. Someone will have to make.
This was going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. But I don't know if they make things fail or honestly just make the DC for the sailing check higher, and I'll have to look into it. And you have to figure out where you want to like try to park your ship. As I said, in the
Yeah.
middle of the Jaws area, there's some places to land, or you could try climbing a cliff, or there's various ways you can go about it.
Do have many means of just flying.
Yeah. So you'll have to determine where you want to egress and which island you want to stop at.
Yeah.
Anyway. Erik, you got anything to shout out?
No, I do not. Definitely watch the show and, thanks for stopping by.
Okay. Hanrayan, do you have anything to shout out?
No, I don't. But thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for joining us in our pirate adventure.
Momo.
Hi, you can catch me here where I cause chaos most of the time, and also for discussing tabletop where I complain and shit all over Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, you kind of deserve it lately. But that's
Mostly for their Magic the Gathering shit.
It's a good hobby.
It's like it was when I heard someone reflecting on this year in Wizards, and it's like Wizards did some great things this year. They were all outshunned by the horrible things they did this year.
It's very telling when multiple tweets by them are just the greed card. That's just the reply. It's just the greed card.
And then Joe, you might be muted.
Oh. No, I'm not muted.
Oh, want anything to shout out?
Happy New Year.
Indeed.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Anyway,
Happy New Year.
myself, that's Dracovin, Lord and Emperor here. Thank you for joining today. We should be back next week. Same time, same place. Other things on the schedule. I should be doing Piracy 2, probably finishing it up on Friday. I'm going to see about maybe doing a little bit more Pathfinder Wrath of Righteous. I want to try to finish some stuff up. Maybe tomorrow. I might try to get an extra session in. Saturday for Discussing Table up in the air this week. I got to see if I might be doing some New Year's stuff. New Year's Eve stuff, so depending on if there's like really good news or not, I'll do that or not. I will determine that, and if it's just like a few things happened, I might skip a week, honestly, to allow for the celebration not to be interrupted. And then that's all the major schedule. Should be getting to some other stuff next month when that starts out. Anyway, I think that's it for now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. I'll see you all next week, hopefully, or any of the other times I'm streaming. Bye, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Lord.
Bye.